welcome back, and it's great to see you here with me on another episode of Get Inspired, Stay Inspired. It's lovely for you to join me, and if you're new, you can subscribe. I will be so grateful for you to subscribe and do that for me if you're a newbie, and if you're an oldie, congratulations, you're still here with me, and we're still on this amazing journey of helping each other, supporting each other, and being with each other in many ways and all shapes and forms. That's what I love to say, don't I? Okay, well, as you can see, it's getting a little bit colder here in the UK, so I'm beginning to wrap up a little bit warmer when I do each episode, but as always, it's the joy that I get from kind of putting the camera in front of me and saying, let me do another episode for everybody. And for those who don't know and are new, this is an inspirational series that I've put together to inspire, to motivate you, to support you, help give you guidance. And I'm teaching people a lot about my channeled writings, what they had to say, what they had to share. And I'm teaching you how to read them and understand them and analyze them in your own way. And it doesn't matter if you don't want to do that, because at the end of the day, I do give you a lot of guidance and wisdom as best I can, or I feel that I'm sharing things that have come through to me as part of my channel writing process. And for those of you who don't know me, I do channeled inspirational writings, and I do it in an automatic way, which means that as they come through to me, I write them down automatically. You know, these are not things that I kind of ponder on and then write. When they come through, I write them automatically and then try to present them in their most genuine and realist form. And what we've been doing in this series is just going through some of my favorites, which I've made available in my inspirational photo quotes for the Soul series. And that is a little kind of, mini book, if you like, or mini ebook, which you can download for free. You'll find the link in the description, or you can watch it. It's up to you. I've done a video version, or it's converted to a video version. So if you want to just watch it and leave it running on in the background, then, please feel free to do so. But what I'm doing with this series is going through some of my favorites and elaborating on them in a much deeper way, or much deeper level. Because what I'm trying to get you to do is kind of engage and connect with your inner soul. And for some of you who are just joining, you're thinking, how is she doing that? How is she going to do that? Well, follow along and I'll show you how, and you'll learn how, and then soon you'll be able to do it on your own. And you'll be saying to me, oh, I felt I had a really good connection with my soul, and I felt this information started to kind of filter through to me, and I felt as if I was making progress, and the questions I'm answering, and the questions I'm asking are being answered in some way, shape or form. And this is what this is all about. It's about you. It's about me showing you as best I can all the information and wisdom that's come through in my writings, and trying to kind of teach it, I guess. I never perceived myself as a teacher in terms of my material and what I'm doing with it. I've always just seen myself as a writer and an author, and I have been sharing my written material for some time now in the written word. But lo and behold, after a while, you have to come and evaluate your life and evaluate what you're doing, like I will be expecting you to be doing soon or eventually as part of the series. And when you evaluate things, you think, there may be something else I could be doing. And I thought, let me start this video podcast series. And so those of you who are listening or watching or viewing or, you know, whatever, this series is an opportunity for me to share my work in a way that I feel can help others. And it's all kind of motivated to support you, the listener, the viewer, and also it allows me to teach you certain things that I've learned as part of this process. And as I said, it was only a few episodes ago that I realized that, yeah, I've got to teach this. No one else is going to do it for me. And I don't think that that was part of the program. I think part of the program was, you know, or part of my life's journey was to not just write it in the way that I do, but also share it in a new way as well. Aside from writing and the written word, I've got to share it in a way that is understandable and teachable, I guess, to others. And, you know, if you're going to try and inspire people, you need to do it in a way that, you know, it will be long lasting, it will have longevity in their lives. And as I started writing, the only way I found I could do that was on a soulful level, because the soul is something we mainly only talk about when our life is coming to an end. But guess what? It's there with you throughout your life. So what are you going to do with it? Make use of it. This is what I'm trying to say. Make use of it. It's part of you. It's journeying with you, and it has all the universal knowledge and wisdom encumbered within it that I'm trying to teach you, or you're going to learn how to tap into that knowledge and wisdom. And once you do, you've got a unique companion, a unique guide, a unique supporter, a unique champion in your life. I'm going to champion you and I'm going to support you as part of the series. But once you make that soulful connection, you're going to find that you have something even more powerful within you that you never knew, you never recognized, or you never really kind of understood that it existed in the way that it does, and that you can utilize it in the way that I'm going to show you how. And, you know, without knowing or without understanding a lot of these things, which, to be truthful, I never even understood until I started doing my channeled writing. It all started with a question. And for those of you who don't know that question, some of you may know it, so you'd be thinking, what's she saying it for again? But for those who are new and who don't know the question was, what is the greatest gift I can give of myself to humanity? And bam, this auto-written and channeled process started to flow through to me again. And this time I didn't stop it. I didn't say, go away, I don't want to hear these words anymore. I didn't say, you know, I'm done with this. I did it as a child, but I'm not going to listen anymore, and shut my ears. I said, you know what? I'm listening. Say what you've got to say. Share what you've got to share. And on a soulful level, it started to flood through. And I've written thousands of passages now. Absolutely thousands. And more than ever, because I feel, I don't know if I can publish them all in my lifetime, but because I feel they do add such value and meaning, not just in the words, but for someone to take them in on a soulful level. That's the difference with my work and what I do. It's all soul inspired, soul directed. And I spoke in previous episodes about how to engage the soul in a way that the soul begins to work for you. Now, these words, all these channeled passages, quotes, affirmations, what I call them, because as I said, I can't really define it. All these words that kind of come to me in a way that I feel is on a soulful level, all these words that come through to me on a soulful level are words that must be spoken to your soul. Now, I cannot emphasize this more. You can just read them if you want to. I'm not going to say, hey, you didn't read it on a soulful level. You can't read what I'm saying. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they're words for your soul, for the soul within you, okay? And once you are able to appreciate that they're words spoken to your soul and that you share them with your soul on a soulful level, as I said, some of you might not be at that stage. If you're kind of a newbie, you may be thinking, hang on, stop there. What you talking about? Soul this, soul that. Yes, we have kind of gone on a more soulful journey. However, as I've always said, if this soulful stuff doesn't resonate with you, or, you feel, nah, it's not really my cup of tea, don't worry, okay? Everything I say, when I say the word soul, replace that word for heart, then you'll get it. You'll get it straight away, okay? And then slowly but surely, as things unravel, as you get to know me more, as you get to understand my work more, then you'll be able to say, I can do things on a soulful level. I understand where she's coming from in terms of this soulful stuff. And you'll feel confident and able to really get a grip of what I'm sharing and what I'm saying. So I do find it is important that you understand that everything I'm sharing is not really directed to your mind. Now, when I wrote my books, I tried to get that across, but I doubt anyone took much notice of me. Do you know what I mean? They were just reading the books and, like, what is it my mind's telling me? What is it my mind's saying? And I was saying, everything has to be done on a soulful level. Yeah, we heard that, but we're just reading it. You know what I mean? So this series is giving me a chance to say, yes, you can just read the words if you choose to, but I'm going through some of my favorites in a way that will show you how to view them on a soulful level. And have a guess what? It's going to be great if you later on start to read my work, but you read it from a soulful level to yourself. That's what I want to teach, and that's what I love to share. So, who knows, in the future, people may share their insights with me as well. Do you know what I mean? And say, I felt when I kind of shared these words with my soul, that my soul was speaking to me in a whisper, as I say. That's why they call me the soul whisperer, speaking to me in a whisper. And I coined that phrase because I heard the words that were coming through to me in a channeled format. I heard them like whispers. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but it's almost like a whisper that I can hear. And bam, I'm off. The words are just flowing and I'm just quickly jotting them down. As I say, I guess I can't really define or follow anyone's path on this, because at the end of the day, it's stuff that came through to me and I've got to share it. And I realised I got to teach it and share it. So here I am, kind of like your teacher, okay? So, I do my best every episode to teach you a little bit more in my own way. It's not particularly structured right now, but hey, I thought if I sat down and tried to structure everything, you know what? I'd never get started. I'm sorry. I'd never get started. I'm one of those people that I do like things to kind of be orderly and perfect, but at the end of the day, I said to myself, if I wait for this order and perfection, have a guess what? I'll let another 10 years pass by. So forget it. I can't do it, shouldn't do it. Just get going. Just start now. Start sharing, start teaching in any way, shape or form. Everything is progressing. Everything is ongoing. And I'll be bringing out more and more and more and more stuff to support you and help you. So don't worry about it. But for now, we've got some amazing one-on-one time together. I'm sorry I had a little ramble there, but I don't plan these things. They just come out as they come out. So, okay, this passage is called Always Guided. And it says, with joy, I am always guided with great wisdom and surety toward all things that are essential to my life's learning. I'll read that again. Today's passage says, with joy, I am always guided with great wisdom and surety toward all things that are essential to my life's learning. Now, the thing about this passage is these two words that I find very, very powerful. One is joy, okay, and one is life's learning. Now, obviously, on a soulful level, it's very important that you try to remain joyful throughout your life. Now, I know that's harder, or, it's much harder to say, be joyful, when so many things can be going wrong in your life, okay? But one thing I'd like to remind you on a soulful level is your soul is actually always joyful. And you'll say, hang on a minute, how can that be? The reason it is because it comes from a universal place. It's not like the mind that is affected by all the physical things going on in your life that make you sad, that make you feel, oh my gosh, the world is caving in on me, I have no way out. All those kind of thoughts and fears are mind-based and mind-related because they relate to your physical life and the physical things going on in your life that are making you feel sad, making you fearful, making you worry, making you feel as if the world is coming to an end. And if you feel like that, I'm so sorry to hear. But if you can tap into your soul today or soon, you will be able to eradicate those feelings. How? Because the soul is intrinsically joyful. That's the energy it is. Now, you can say, yeah, it may be joyful, but, I feel miserable right now. I don't feel joyful at all. And I would say to you, if that's how you feel, then have a guess what? You may need to, if you've not watched the previous episodes, if you're a newbie, you may need to watch a few of the previous episodes. But if you've been following me throughout all the episodes, I will say to you, in answer to that question, the reason you feel that is because you are totally aligned with your mind. Your connection and bond is stronger with your mind than it is with your soul. Okay? Because when you're linked to your mind and the physicality of everything that's going on, then you will definitely be affected by whatever is going on around you. If you grow to come from a soulful place, which is something that I strongly am trying to teach you guys and trying to align you more on a soulful level, when you are aligned on a soulful level, then you reach a point where everything going on in the physical world, okay, doesn't have power over you. It doesn't affect you as much. Now, I know that's hard to get your head around. It's kind of that's kind of like a pun. It's hard to get your head around, but think of it as you being in the middle, your mind being on one side, your soul being on another side, okay? And you are shifted or tilted, let's say like a scales, you're tilted to one side, which is very aligned with the mind. Then everything going on in the sphere or circle around the mind is affecting you strongly or greatly, okay? You need to try and bring yourself back into balance so that you're more in balance with the two, and preferably leaning more to the soulful side. That takes time, of course. You've got to open up on a soulful level. You've got to listen to the soul's whispers. You've got to do what I call soul engagement. engage your soul. I'll talk a bit in depth of how that is achieved, okay? But if you can start to engage more with your soul, and a lot of my writings allow you to do that. A lot of my writings and passages allow you to use that as a way of engagement, okay? To use those words as a soulful connection. Because remember, these words were written not for you and your mind, but for the soul within you. Okay, now that's where these words come from, a soulful level, and they're written for your soul. And once you start to speak them and use them to engage on a soulful level, then you start to build on that soulful connection and align yourself with the soul. Now, I said to you, the soul is intrinsically joyful because it's not affected by the physical. If you align yourself with it, then you automatically begin to feed off that soulful energy, and joy becomes an intrinsic part of you. It doesn't matter what you're going through, you will always feel a sense of inner joy, even though the physical hasn't quite changed to match the joy you feel within. It will eventually. And what did I tell you? Once you're aligned with the soul and you get it, you, your inner you, your higher self, can start to tell the mind what you want and what you want to manifest. And joy can be one of them, okay? So in this passage, with joy, I am always guided with great wisdom and surety. So use that joy to align yourself on an energy level with your soul, to feel that kind of joyful aspect of yourself within your soul. And once you feel more joyful, okay, it says you will always be guided, yes, with surety and wisdom. Now that means that with joy, the bonds between you and your soul are strengthened, and the soul will now be able to tap into the joy you feel and guide you with surety and wisdom. In other words, what did I say to you when we started? The soul knows all the wisdom, okay? And it's got the clarity, the wisdom, and this says the surety of knowing everything you need to know and everything you need to do, and it will guide you in that way, okay? So you can feel confident with your soulful engagement that you are being guided in a powerful way, and that joy adds to it. You know, remember we spoke about a passage a few episodes ago about having clarity, and that bond, that connection you build with your soul helps with the clarity. Then guess what? It's helping with the wisdom and the surety and the knowledge. Guess why? Because as I said, the soul has the universal knowledge to share with you. The mind doesn't. It doesn't have a clue of what the universal connections and bonds are because it's steeped in the physical. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah? The mind is aligned and steeped in the physical. The soul is aligned and steeped in a universal energy. That energy from whence you came, that genuine energy. I'll talk to you about what the soul is made up of and things like that in another episode. But in the Soul Whisperer book, it explains it all. But essentially, once you are able to align yourself with that soulful energy, or as I call it, universal knowledge and wisdom, it starts to come through to you. You start to receive it. You start to get it. You start to tap in and tune into it, because that is where all the true knowledge lies. And as I said, that always strengthens the bonds you have with your belief systems and everything else that you grew up with and you've come to grow and accept, okay? Now, the passage says, you are guided with great wisdom and surety towards all things that are essential to your life learning. Now, I said to you, apart from joy, life learning was an important one, because your life's journey, your life's purpose, your life's learning is key to you becoming who you are destined to be in this lifetime, okay? Now, if the soul has the knowledge and wisdom in this lifetime to share with you, it knows what you're supposed to be doing. It knows what your journey is. It knows your destiny, your physical destiny and your universal destiny. Now, those of you who've got to know me, you'll understand that I speak in two ways. Sometimes I will say universal, meaning on an energy level, you know, in the deep kind of universal energy. And when I say physical, that's mind-based, physical, you know, physical touch things that we see. When I say universal, it's just, I'm talking about energy, that universal energy that you can't really see or touch, but it exists, because, you know, energy is everything. It cannot be created or destroyed, okay? It exists in different forms. And there's your physical form and there's your soulful energy form. And that's why sometimes I'll use the word universal a lot, meaning that energy. And then I'll use the word physical, meaning the physical aspect of us in our nature and being. And then there's a universal. So the soul knows the balance of what your universal destiny is. And that destiny is supposed to be aligned in your physical destiny as well. How does it become aligned with your physical destiny? Because you take the knowledge and wisdom from your soul and you start to share it with the mind. So remember, I've always spoken about things going in a direction where you listen to your soul, you direct your mind to manifest what you want in the physical, and then the mind will do the rest of the job. So I'm not saying your mind is not powerful. I'm not saying the mind cannot create. The mind is a great physical creator, okay? It can manifest whatever you want or desire. So that is in keeping with the great teachers that have taught us about the mind and what it can perceive and what it can achieve. That is in line with those teachings. But what their teachings don't talk about is the soulful power, okay, that you can learn how to build on and learn to understand and learn to grow, that will begin to the soulful teachings which will learn, the soulful teachings which you will learn how to tap into, and they will grow and they will build, and the soulful aspect of your power can then be transferred and shared with the mind. And what I'm saying is when those things are working in partnership, okay, I talk a lot about partnership, when they're working in partnership, then I'm telling you, nothing and no one can stand in your way, because the mind will be directed in such a powerful way. It will begin to manifest all you want and desire. So there we go. And that will be your life's learning, okay? So the soul has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, wants to share it with you, and all that knowledge and wisdom will be a part of your life's learning, and the mind will help kick in and make that happen for you, okay? So there is so much to share, so much to always kind of speak about and let you know about, and we're getting, I don't know, I'm so proud of you. We're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into things. I'm absolutely overwhelmed and proud of you guys for sticking with this and beginning to understand what I'm trying to say. That's absolutely amazing. Well, I better get going now. If you like what you heard, stick a thumbs up for me, and let's keep sharing and telling more and more people about this channel. And yeah, let's just build our subscribers, and that will allow us to do some live streams. I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm sure you're going to support me and help me achieve that. If you would like to actually support my work and what I do, you can become a patron. Check out the details in the description and pop over to my Patreon page. And who knows, if you become a patron, I may reach a point where I can do this full-time, teach full-time, teach these teachings full-time, be with you full-time and work with you full-time and help you full-time. And the amazing thing is in a funny way, if you help me to achieve these little goals, then guess what? You and me and all of us can help others together. I'm excited about that, but there we go. Hope that makes sense. Okay, well, for now, I'm going to love and leave you, okay? Listen, stay positive, stay joyful, listen to those soulful whispers, build up that strong connection on a soulful level, okay? Because you want to keep being guided with wisdom and surety toward all things that are essential to your life's learning. You need to know that stuff. Don't leave it locked up on a soulful level. Unlock it. You need to know it. And if you do, there'll be no stopping you, okay? All right, I love and leave you. Have a beautiful day. Have fun. And check me out on the next episode. I'll be back soon, okay? Take care. Bye for now.